What's going on, everybody? Welcome to what feels like the Arctic version of Home Built Workshop. We're in the midst of some sort of a deep freeze. It is below zero temperatures, which makes it really challenging to do some projects in the shop. It's kind of hard to get it warm enough when it's just that cold. So today, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I got a fun little project I think is gonna be really fun to work on and something we can do inside involving the 3D printer. So grab you a hot cup of coffee, some hot chocolate, something like that, get cozy, and let's work on a project inside where it's nice and warm. I'm Jeff, and you're watching Home Built Workshop. It's freezing out here, well below zero. It's that kind of cold where the snow squeaks when you walk and your nose wants to freeze. Let's go get warm. Now that we're inside with some hot coffee, much better than being out in the 10 below zero weather, let me show you what we're going to work on today. I've got some of these pocket knives here, sent to me by my good friend Jim. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. These are going to be fun to play around with. These were some sort of a souvenir knife that you'd find at maybe a tourist stop somewhere, different locations. These would get personalized with somebody's name, and you could just buy these as kind of a, I don't know, just a souvenir really. Well, he picked these up, one of those online finds that you just can't pass up even though maybe you don't really know what you're going to do with them. But he sent me some of these, and I think these would be kind of fun to tackle as a project. These wood scales on here are barely hanging on. In fact, some of them I can peel off by hand, just like that. So I think it'd be kind of cool to take some of these, recreate these. Maybe this time around we'll use the 3D printer and see if we can 3D print some of these, replace the scales on them, and they'd be kind of a fun little, just a handout to have to maybe help promote Home Built Workshop as well as Haley Guitars. Maybe we'll put one on one side, one on the other side, and just replace these wooden ones. Be kind of a fun project and just make for a cool thing to hand out. I believe this is probably one of those projects that this isn't going to be the only video you'll see these in. Right now I want to use the 3D printer mainly because it's really cold outside, but once it's not quite so cold, maybe we'll try to recreate these wooden scales using the CNC and the laser and actually make another version of these with wooden scales. But for now, I want to use the 3D printer. We can at least get the file made and we'll already have it done when it comes time to using the laser. Another reason that I think you'll see these again is because, well, I don't just have a handful of these. I've got a whole giant box of these. There's probably 100 of them here. Totally wasn't expecting that, but it gives us plenty of material to work with for quite a lot of projects later on. Since I have one of these scales already removed, our first step to recreate this is going to be to digitize this thing. We're going to make that really simple and just use the regular household scanner. One thing that I'm keeping in mind when I place this on the scanner is there's some indents that are on the inside of the scales to work around the different pins inside the knife. I want to make sure I capture that location, so I want to put this side down on the scanner. Anytime I'm scanning something that I need to have an accurate size, I always scan it with a ruler. That way, when it comes time to scale the image, we have an exact reference in there so we know distances and we can scale it appropriately. And here's that final scan that we'll be working with. Here I've taken scans of both knife scales and combined them into one picture, but really we only need a scan of one because for this particular project, both sides are mirror images of each other. Now we're ready to pull this into Fusion and start modeling our new scales. Once we import that picture into Fusion as a canvas, here's what we're left with. You can see here it's basically the exact same picture. Now we need to scale this image so that it matches our sizes exactly. To do that, we're going to come up here to this list of tabs here. We're going to right-click on the tab that represents the canvas, and we're going to select Calibrate. From there, we can zoom in and very carefully select some of the dimension lines on our ruler, and then we can just input those exact dimensions, and once we hit enter, it's going to scale this picture exactly to the size that we need it to be. It's a really cool feature and really helpful for projects like this. From there, we can now create sketches and sketch on top of this canvas. Here you can see I've got the sketch already laid out. I've got the outline, and then also I've modeled in these little recesses here, which will be to make some space to work around the pins that kind of hold this knife together. Once we have our sketches, we can then start creating bodies by extruding our sketch, and then what we're left with is basically a digital copy of our knife scale. And now we're ready to export these as an STL, or my preference is a step file, and we can start 3D printing these. I like a step file because I've found that it represents curved portions a little bit better than sometimes an STL does. And now we can jump over to our slicer. Here I'm using the Bamboo Studio slicer, but a lot of this you can do in pretty much all of the popular slicers now. I've used the text editor inside the slicer to add my Homebuilt Workshop and Haley Guitars websites to either side of the scales. I've also added particular colors that I want this to print. I've switched my printer over to the .02 nozzle so it prints really fine. That way I can be sure that the text is going to come out nice and clear. There's a lot of things you can do in these slicers now, and it's really neat to be able to assign colors and insert text right here in the slicer. You don't necessarily have to have it built right into your model. Now, we're ready to slice this and send it over to the X1 Carbon. While those scales are printing, I'm going to go ahead and remove a few more of these. Most of them really just pry off. Once in a while, there's one or two that's kind of stuck, but there's not much holding them on. There's some sort of, I don't know what they use, some sort of a little glue. Leaves this nasty residue. I'm just using a rag with a little bit of lacquer thinner on there. And with a little bit of elbow grease, it seems to clean up pretty good. Ideally, I'd like to be doing this outside, because the lacquer thinner kind of stinks, but we won't be doing this for too long. Sorry, Eric, your knife has been taken apart. And by the way, if anybody recognizes these, this one in particular was from Las Vegas somewhere. If anybody recognizes these, I'd be curious to know where these may have come from. I don't know how old they are or anything. There we go. Nice and clean. Ready for our new 3D printed scales. Our print is complete. Let's see what we have. Ooh. That came out really nice. Let's pop these off of there. The nice thing about a flexible build plate is you just give it a little bend and they pop right off. Ooh, that came out really nice. Letters are nice and clear. We got the holes on our back. For those little pins, let's do a test fit here. Oh man, that fits right on. I can feel that there's a little bit of room around those holes. So everything's got plenty of clearance. That's cool. Well, I'm really happy with the fit of these 3D printed scales. Now I think it's time to attach them. Based on what I could tell when I removed the old wooden scales, these are just glued on with some sort of a glue. Not really an epoxy or anything, or it wouldn't come off as easy as it does. So I think I'm just going to try the good old hot glue gun. We'll just put a few dabs on there and press these scales into place. I think it'll work just fine. I always like to put a little piece of cardboard down because at least my hot glue gun always seems to ooze some glue. And by having a little cardboard there, kind of keeps from making a mess of whatever you're gluing on top of. All right, I think we're going to have to work pretty quick here. So once I put the glue on, I just got to go quick and get these lined up before that glue hardens. I got glue on me. It's hot. Oh, that worked way better. Well, I think that looks pretty cool. 3D printed knife scales, we got the websites on there. That looks really neat. Since that first set of scales turned out so good, I decided to print several more pieces so that I can make quite a few of these things. That is a cool looking red. It's very Victorinox colored. After gluing the first one together, I just spent the next few minutes using the same process with the hot glue to glue on some more of these scales. Those look pretty awesome to me. Well, I think these little guys turned out really cool. I even printed some other ones using a few different colors, and I'll probably continue to make a few more here and there when I have a few extra minutes. Well, this was a fun little project, and I think perfect for spending an afternoon inside, especially when the temperatures outside are freezing cold. And we got some cool little personalized items that I can hand out, little promotional items. You could change these up, and I might experiment with some different things on there. If you see me out and about, hit me up. I might have a couple of these on me. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Just another example of things you can do with a 3D printer, and I hope it helps you out if you're trying to take an actual item and somehow digitize it so that you can make changes or make your own piece by making a scan on just a normal, everyday home scanner. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you all stay warm, and we'll see you next time. It's tasty.